Hello, Snake here with another figure review. Today we have got the DC Collectables, The Flash. Yeah, because, you know, like the TV series is called The Flash and the figure's name is called The Flash, so I don't... the names, okay? Now, I know recently my reviews have been in the box and taken out of the box, but I've been sitting on about 8 figures here and it's been driving me crazy just sitting and watching them, as I hadn't had the energy to record the reviews because I'm still quite ill with this viral infection. I've managed to get 3 out of them done, and now I'm working through the Arrow and the Flash ones. Last night I decided, the hell with it, and I decided to just open them all up as it was literally driving me insane. First one I opened up was this bad boy, because, you know, I really am enjoying the Flash series. It's got a lot of twists and turns. Pretty cool that it's people with powers as well now. And yeah, so many cliffhangers, much like the Arrow series. So, what do we think of the character and the costume in the Flash? Honestly, I really like it. I like where they got the design from, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but it is a very, very cool design, and it does look really good, and it does also look much like the comic one. Although, I think I've seen a slight spoiler, he might be getting a new costume soon. What do I think of the actual figure? They did a really nice representation of this. It's very, very cool. Much slimmer than the Arrow figure, because Barry's not as bulky as Oliver. And yeah, it's actually a pretty decent figure. I'm really happy with it. The only real kind of nitpick I'd have is they do those elbow rotations, which I'm just not a fan of, but I'm getting used to them more and more. It seems like every company's doing them. But that's about it, really. Everything else is really spot on. Great figure, great articulation, great detail, great paint apps. Really, really spot on. Now, he does come with a total of 6 hands, 3 pairs, and that's the only accessories he comes with. It'd be cool if he came with something like, I don't know, a piece of the treadmill, or I don't know, something. But it is what it is. Let's have a look at the box, and then we'll have a closer look at the figure and the accessories. So as you can see, we have The Flash. Oh, that hurt. Then in the background, you can see there is a picture of the Flash logo. On the side, you have here printed in white The Flash, and there's some advertisement and warning logos down there with the DC Collectables, and this is the #1 figure in this series. It's the only figure we've got from the Flash series so far. We are getting Captain Cold. I feel like it's someone else, but I can't think who. I don't know. I was trying to hopefully find some latest news about DC Collectables, because I really want to see an Atom figure and I want to see a Reverse Flash. But we shall see. Let's go around to the side of the box. You can see there's a picture of the actual character, not the figure. And then it says The Flash, 1 DC Collectables. Around to the back here, you can see The Flash. Also available is the Arrow assortment. Figures 1 to 4. Now I have 2, 3 and 4. I will not be getting the shirtless Oliver Queen, as it just doesn't appeal to me, to be honest. I've already got 2 Oliver Queens now. Don't need a third. There's a little DC Comics down there. And on the top we have The Flash, and on the bottom we have various jargon and whatnot. You know what to do. So, let's take a closer look at the figure and the accessories. Okay, so the hands that actually come on the figure are these fist ones. And they are really well sculpted. You can see there's a lot of texture going in there. And there's also some padding like on the inside there. Really, really nice. All the hands are attached by these ball joints, which just peg in. And you can see, unfortunately, I've got a bit of the actual paint coming away from the actual joint. But all in all, nicely sculpted hands. I feel like his fingers might be a bit kind of crumpled in now, I'm not so sure. But it is a nice addition. The next hands you get are these kind of clasping open hands, like you can have them holding something with these hands or in a pounce ready to attack. And these again look really, really nice. Great sculpt, great paint apps, really, really nice. And then the last 2 are the open hands, which are fundamentally for his like running poses, I guess. Again, really well sculpted, great paint apps. All in all, really nice design. Okay, so having a closer look at this figure, you can see there the head sculpt. While I'm not 100% sure, it does look like the actor whose name I do not know. I do think it is still a really nice head sculpt, and it definitely does look like the Flash. His little wingtip things are, it looks like they're actually different sizes. This one seems to be a bit bigger, I don't know why. But they are a slightly softer plastic, so you are going to need to be careful of them. But continuing down to the rest of his suit, you can see that there's some great texture going all the way out, and he does have that kind of like smooth leather plate on his chest, which does look very true to the shirt itself and has a great texture going throughout. It's very smooth, whereas the rest of it's very bubbly and has that kind of fire resistant texture, or rather heat resistant texture. And then of course you've got the gold lines going all over it, down the arms and also down the waist and the legs. It's kind of nice, or rather interesting, how part of it's got the texture and part of it's got those smooth parts. It's a very interesting design, and I really do like this. I think it's a really nice design for the suit. And then you can see the belt with those little lightning bolts firing out from the side of them. And of course, like I said, the gold lines going around the legs. Now it looks like I've got a bit of paint fade just here on my one. It's in the gold there. Looks like it's not quite a full gold line there. Not 100%, but that's an easy fix for me. And then continuing down even more, you can see you've got all those lines. They do line up really well, just my leg's a bit screwish. And then the trousers, you can see they're all like ruffled and wrinkled. And then the last part of the figure, of course, is the actual boots. Now, something to point out on this about the boots is, with my one, I did have to actually heat these up and unpeg them because they were both well like frozen in together. So you might have to do that yourself, so just a forewarning. But once I heated them up, popped them off, put them back on, everything's fine now, and they have the full articulation. See around to the back of the figure, and you can see here the back of the boots. It's quite simple. There is some black on the soles, but apart from that, there's no other real colour in the back of the boots. It's pretty much the same theme going throughout the entire of the back of the costume, really, until you get to the actual back. There you have some more texture and the way that line meets up. And then the back of the cowl. One thing I think is interesting, how his hair, his mask is quite clearly a solid piece, yet they try to perceive it like it's like a hoodie that you can fold back. I don't know why they do that, but hey ho. Okay, size comparison. Barry stands to the top of his head at about 6 3/4 inches tall. Standing next to the Arrow, of course the Arrow is going to be bigger than him because Oliver Queen is a lot bulkier and more musclier than Barry. Okay, so for articulation, the head is on a ball peg and it can go up only that far. Ideally it'd be nice if you can go up higher for those running poses, but no, you're basically just getting above level. You can go down that far, and then you do have a bit of bobble left to right, and you can rotate around 360 degrees. Shoulders are on ball hinges, but you are going to get slightly hindered by the actual sculpt of the costume, so that's as high up as it can go, which I think would definitely been a lot better if they made it straight cut, but you know. So you can rotate around 360 degrees and you can go up that much. Then it has a rotation at the actual elbow, 360 degrees, and a single bend of about 90, not quite, but of course the more you go round, the less you get. He has a wrist rotation of 360 degrees, and then you can bend it from there to there, and that's the same on all the wrists. He has a diaphragm joint, which is actually fairly decent. You can go forward about that much, but it does look a bit weird with this part sticking out the back. I'll show you that way. And you can go back about that much. You also have some side to side in it, and you can rotate around 360 degrees on that. There is no waist or abdomen articulation whatsoever. And then he has kind of T-cut hips. He has a Spartan of, well, if I put his leg all the way back, that. and a split of only that. The plastic in there does seem to be a crimson, not the standard white which we're used to. He has upper thigh rotation, 360 degrees there, and then he has double bent in the knees, but they look weird if you ask me. They're just a bit gapey. I think they've done that to try and make it look good on the back of the leg, but you know, in order to do that, it looks weird when the leg's bent in pretty much any way, which is a shame. Also, the peg is very close to the back there, and I'm worried about that bit of plastic snapping if the wrong pressure is applied. He has boot rotation of 360 degrees, and he has an ankle point from there to there with an ankle pivot from there to there. And then he has a boot hole, a peg hole in his right heel. Okay guys, so final thoughts. Would I recommend this figure? In all honesty, yes. It's a really great representation of the TV series of The Flash, and it's a pretty cool Flash figure to have regardless. If you're a fan of the series, then I would definitely say it's a must-have. Just a quick reminder, please check out my new partner, Mephitsu Archives. There is a link in the description below. And also, if you are interested in purchasing this figure, you can get him from a paralleluniverse.co.uk if you're a UK buyer. The owner of that store, James Stacey, is the guy who I got all these latest DC collectibles from. Great guy, gives me some great deals and has a lot to offer, so please check out his site for not just DC, also does Marvel, comics and loads of other stuff. Anyway guys, that is my time. I hope you have enjoyed this video, as I've really enjoyed making it, and it has been killing me sitting on this figure without actually opening it. This is definitely a great figure to own, and I would solely recommend this to anyone who's a fan of The Flash or the TV series. Stay tuned for some more reviews. I'm going to be doing these Arrow figures as quick as possible to try and get them up and out there. So that's my time. So if you have anything you'd like to ask about this figure or my channel, please leave it in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe, and as usual guys, thanks for watching, keep collecting, I'm going to catch you in my next one. Bye bye.